पवित्र पवित्रो वा सर्वसंगतोऽपि वा यस्मरे पुंडरीकाक्ष सर्वायाभन्तरः शुचि। ओम श्री विष्णु नमः। स्वस्ति न इंद्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्तिर्न पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्तिर्साक्षुररिष्टनेमि स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्ददातु। अग्निदेवता वायुदेवता सूर्यो देवता चंद्रमा देवता वसुदेवता रुद्रो देवता हरितिर्देवता वरुणो देवता बृहस्पति देवता ब्रह्मदेवता। ओम समुद्रश्च करन्तश्च कपिलो गजलकर्णकः लम्बोदरश्च विकटो विनायशो विनायकः। ओम शन्नो मित्र शंबरना शन्नो भव्यार्यमा शन्नो इंद्रो बृहस्पति शन्नो विष्णुरुरुकमे। सर्वमंगलमांगल्ये श्रीवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यंबिके गौरी नारायणी नमस्ते। समुद्रवासिन्ये देवी पर्वस्थानमण्डल्ये विष्णुपत्नी नमस्तुभ्यं। प्रदा स्पर्शात् क्षमाम्यहं ब्रह्मा मुरारी त्रिपुरान्तकानि भानु शशि भूमि सुखो भ्रश्च गुरुश्च शुक्र शनि राहु केतु ग्रह शांति करावन्तु। ओम भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि यो यो न प्रचोदयात्। ओम दशरथाय विद्महे सीतावल्लभाय धीमहि तन्नो रामा प्रचोदयात्। रामचंद्र की जय। ओम हरि ओम। शुक्लांबरधरं देव शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्याये सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। श्री गणेश भगवान की जय। दित्यसि विश्वदय विश्वस्य कुर्बानस्य धरति। ओम पृथिवी यक्षा पृथिवी मयि वंशः पृथिवीमयि वंशः औषधय समावर्धन्ता कृष्णोति ब्रह्मस्तं नानं रक्तं समायुक्तं कर्कस्वाक्यकुशान्तनम् आसनं देवदेवस्य प्रियप्रियपति गृहीताम् देव की जय। ओम गंगे च यमुना चैव गोदावरी नर्मदापि सिंधु कालवेरि शृंखुरु अर्घ्यं पाद्यं स्नानं समर्पयामि गंगायै च विद्महे विष्णुपाद्यै च धीमहि तन्नो भगीरथी प्रचोदयात्। ओम पाय समायुक्त यज्ञ साम सौगुरम सर्ववर्ण प्रदे देव वाससी पति गृहीता। ओम वस्त्रं समर्पयामि। ओम वीर सुक्त समायुक्त यज्ञ साम सौगुरम सर्ववर्ण प्रदे देव वाससी पति गृहीता। ओम ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेश नित्यं ब्रह्मसूत्रकं यज्ञोपवीतं देनापतियं कमलापति यज्ञोपवीतं परमं पवित्रं प्रजापति सिंहानि च यज्ञोपवीतं बलमसुते च। ओम दशरथाय विद्महे सीताबलवाय धीमहि तन्नो रामा प्रचोदयात्। ओम श्री राम जय राम। ओम ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेश नित्यं ब्रह्मसूत्रकं यज्ञोपवीतं दीनापतियं कमलापति यज्ञोपवीतं परमं पवित्रं प्रजापति स्नेहानि च यज्ञोपवीतं बलमस्ते च। ओम यज्ञोपवीतं परमं पवित्रं प्रजापति स्नेहानि च यज्ञोपवीतं बलमस्ते च। ओम यज्ञोपवीतं दानं समर्पयामि। ओम यज्ञोपवीतं परमं पवित्रं प्रजापति स्नेहानि च यज्ञोपवीतं बलमस्ते च। एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ती प्रचोदयात्। तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे महादेवाय धीमहि तन्नो रुद्रा प्रचोदयात्। कात्यायनी च विद्महे कन्याकुमारी च धीमहि तन्नो दुर्गे प्रचोदयात्। ओम नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णु प्रचोदयात्। ओम श्री खण्डचन्दनं दिव्यं गन्धार्यो स्मिरो हरिं विलेपानीश्वरश्रेष्ठं चन्दनं प्रति गृहीताम्। ओम चन्दनं समर्पयामि। श्रीकण्डचन्दनं दिव्यं गन्धार्यो स्मिरो हरिं विलेपानीश्वरश्रेष्ठं चन्दनं प्रति गृहीताम्। ओम भद्रां निर्मितं देवं सौभाग्यसुखसम्परम् अतस्त्वां पूजयिष्यामि गृहाण परमेश्वर। ओम भद्रानं समर्पयामि। ओम सिन्दूरनं शोभनं रक्तं सौभाग्यसुखसम्परं सुखरमोक्षदं चैव सिन्दूरदानं प्रति गृहीताम्। सर्वपदा प्रशमना त्रैलोक्येष्वखिलेश्वरी एवमेव त्वया कर्यामस्माद्वारि विनाशनम्। ओम सिन्दूरदानं प्रति गृहीताम्। कान्दात् पुर्हन्ति ॐ कान्दात् पुर्हन्ति पुरुषा प्रदि एवमे धूपवे प्रतनो स्रस्तशतिनाय च दुर्वं समर्पयामि प्रणम्य शिरसे देवं गौरीपुत्र विनायकं भक्तवासं स्मरे नित्यं कामर्तं सिद्धके ॐ गं गणपतये नमः गन्धागृहान् देवस्य देवदेवनिधे त्वमेव जगतं नाथस्त्वमेव जगतं प्रभो गन्धाधानं प्रतिगृहीताम् ॐ शर्करा कन्नकर्याणि दरीक्षिर्गृहाणि च आहारं भक्षभोजन नैवेद्यं प्रतिगृहीतां भक्तिमेहञ्चलांशु लिप्सितं मे हरन्देहि प्रदाचर प्राङ्गतिं ॐ ब्रह्मर्पणं ब्रह्मवीर ब्रह्मगणौ ब्रह्ममाहुतं ब्रह्मेव तेव गन्ताव्यं ब्रह्मकर्मासि मारिणम् अहं वैष्णानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनादिहमाश्रिता प्राणापानसमायुक्तं पञ्चम्यं चतुर्विधम् ॐ पापोऽहं पापकर्माहं पापात्मसम्भवा त्राहि मां पुण्डरीकाक्ष सर्वपापहरो हरे समस्तदेवदेवेशे सर्वतृप्तं इदं फलं मायादेवस्तं पितां पूर्णातस्तव तीनमे सुत जन्मनि ॐ दशरथाय विद्महे सीताबलवाय धीमहि तन्नो रामा प्रचोदयात् ॐ इदं फलं मायादेवस्तं पितां पूर्णातस्तव तीनमे सुत जन्मनि लवङ्कर्पूरसंयुक्तं ताम्बूलं सुरपूजितं प्रत्यगृहान् देवस्य मम सौख्यं विवर्धनं ताम्बूलदानं प्रतिगृहीताम् ॐ ताम्बूलं समर्पयामि ॐ पुङ्गिफलं महादिव्यं नागबलैः समायुक्तं कारीरादिसमायुक्तं ताम्बूलदानं प्रतिगृहीताम् ॐ ताम्बूलदानं समर्पयामि ॐ पापोऽहं पापकर्माहं पापात्मसम्भवा त्राहि मां पुण्डरीकाक्ष सर्वपापहरो हरि समस्तदेवदेवेशे सर्वतृप्तङ्करं प्रभम् आकन्दनन्दसम्पूर्ण गृहानचलमुतमः पॉइंट ॐ हिरण्यगर्भगर्भस्थे हेमबीजविभावस आनन्तपुण्यं फलादं मम शान्त्रेयप्रियचतुर्द्रव्यदानं समर्पयामि ॐ द्रव्यदानं समर्पयामि ॐ मल्लकानि सुखन्दिनि मल्लत्यानि मे प्रभो मायागृहाणि पूजर् पुष्पाणि प्रतिगृहीताम् ॐ पुष्पं समर्पयामि यह फलिनीर्फल पुष्पिनी ओम अंबिके अम्बलिके नमकश्च यह सुभद्रिकं कम्पिला वासिनीं ओम श्री परमेश्वराय नमः ओम भू ओम भुव ओम स्वः ओम मह ओम जनः ओम तपः ओम सत्यम् ओम ह्रीं तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं श्रीं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात् ओम अस्तु ज्योतिर्सोमितं ब्रह्मभूर्भुवस्वरो यः पलिनीर्यः फलपुष्पपुष्पिनी बृहस्पति पुञ्जगुंसः ॐ भू ॐ भुव ॐ स्व ॐ मः ॐ जनः ॐ तपः ॐ सत्यं ॐ ह्रीं तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् श्रीं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि श्रीं यो यो न प्रचोदयात् ॐ आपो ज्योतिरसूमितं ब्रह्मभूर्भुवस्वरोम् यः पलिनीर्यः फलपुष्पपुष्पिनी बृहस्पति प्रसूमुञ्जगुंसः ॐ भू ॐ भुव ॐ स्व ॐ मः ॐ जनः ॐ तपः ॐ सत्यं ह्रीं तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं श्रीं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि ह्रीं यो यो न प्रचोदयात् ॐ आपो ज्योतिरसूमितं ब्रह्मभूर्भुवस्वरोम् यः पलिनीर्यः फलपुष्पपुष्पिनी बृहस्पति प्रसूमुञ्जगुंसः ॐ भू ॐ भुव ॐ स्व ॐ मः ॐ जनः ॐ तपः ॐ सत्यं ॐ ह्रीं तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं श्रीं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि ह्रीं यो यो न प्रचोदयात् ॐ आपो ज्योतिरसूमितं ब्रह्मभूर्भुवस्वरोम् यः पलिनीर्यः फलपुष्पपुष्पिनी बृहस्पति प्रसूमुञ्जगुंसः ॐ भू ॐ भुव ॐ स्व ॐ मः ॐ जनः ॐ तपः ॐ सत्यं ह्रीं तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं श्रीं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि ह्रीं यो यो न प्रचोदयात् ॐ आपो ज्योतिरसूमितं ब्रह्मभूर्भुवस्वरोम् पलिनीर्यः फलपुष्पपुष्पिनी बृहस्पति प्रसूमुञ्जगुंसः ॐ भू ॐ भुव ॐ स्व ॐ मः ॐ जनः ॐ तपः ॐ सत्यं ह्रीं तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं श्रीं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि ह्रीं यो यो न प्रचोदयात् ॐ आपो ज्योतिरसूमितं ब्रह्मभूर्भुवस्वरोम् श्री वेद माता गायत्री की जय। In front of this time. Otherwise, the fix them around it. Pick up this one and put it on this one. Pick up this one here and put it right on. Watch what you're doing. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಧ್ಯಾನ ಹಾಕೋಣ. Nothing yet. Coming over here. Straight up. Finishing very fast. That wasn't happening. रामाय रामभद्राय रामचंद्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताय पतये नमः। ओम दशरथाय विद्महे सीताबलवाय धीमहि तन्नो राम प्रचोदयात्। श्री राम सागर स्थिति विनाशनं जगतो यो जगमायः मूलभूतो नमस्तस्मै श्री विष्णुवे परमात्मने नमस्ते उग्रवीरं महाविष्णु ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं नरसिंहं भीषणभद्रं मृत्युं नमाम्यहं श्रीमन्नारायण एकाग्र शैलपुत्रेति च द्वितीयं ब्रह्मचारिणी तृतीयं चंद्रगंती कुष्मानती चतुर्थं पंचमं स्कंदमात्रे षष्ठं कात्यायनी च सप्तमं कालरात्रि महागौरी षष्ठनं नवसिद्धिदात्री च नवदुर्गा प्रतिरचितं आपत्सु मननं स्मरणं त्वरीरं करुणोनि दुर्गे करुणानवीशे नैतच्च तत्त्वं मम भावहिता सुरा तृष्णारता जननी स्मरन्ति या चंडी मधुकैतवदी दैत्यतालिनी या महिषूलिनी या धूम्रचंडमुंडा मातानी या रक्तबीज शनि शक्ति शुमनिशुम दैत्यदालिनी या सिद्धदात्री प्रदा सा देवी नवकोटि मूर्ति सहितं मं पातु विश्वेश्वरी श्री नवदुर्गा ब्रह्मा मुरारी त्रिपुरांतकानि भानु शशि भूमि सुतो भ्रश्च गुरुश्च शुक्रः शनि राहु केतु ग्रह शांति करावन्तु स्थातम्यम् ओम जपा श्री गंगा माता की जय। गृहीताम् ॐ वस्त्रं समर्पयामि ॐ वेदसुक्तसमायुक्त यज्ञसामसौरं सर्ववर्णप्रदे देव वाससे प्रतिगृहीताम् ॐ वस्त्रं समर्पयामि ॐ दशरथाय विद्महे सीताबलवाय धीमहि तन्नो राम प्रचोदयात्। प्रेम से बोलो प्रभु रामचंद्र की जय। श्री सत्यनारायण स्वामी की जय। ओम ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेश जय कृत्यम ब्रह्मसूत्रकम यज्ञोपवीतं दीनापतियं कमलापति यज्ञोपवीतं परमं पवित्रं प्रजापति स्थिहानि च यज्ञोपवीतं फलमस्ते च ओम यज्ञोपवीतं दानं समर्पयामि ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेश नित्यं ब्रह्मसूत्रकं यज्ञोपवीतं दीनापतियं कमलापति यज्ञोपवीतं दानं समर्पयामि ओम श्री कन्नचननं दिव्यं गन्धाधरे सुमिरो हरि विलेपानि शुभश्रेष्ठं चन्दनं प्रतिगृहीताम् ओम श्री चन्दनं दानं समर्पयामि ओम श्री कन्नचननं दिव्यं गन्धाधरे सुमिरो हरि विलेपानि शुभश्रेष्ठं चन्दनं प्रतिगृहीताम् ओम चन्दनं समर्पयामि ओम हरद्रां निर्मितं देवं सौभाग्य सुखसंपरम् अतस्त्वां पूजयिष्यामि गृहाण परमेश्वरी। ओम हरद्रां देवं सौभाग्य सुखसंपरम् अतस्त्वां पूजयिष्यामि गृहाण परमेश्वर। ओम सिन्दूर्णं शोभनं रक्तं सौभाग्य सुखसंपरम् सुकरमोक्षदं चैव सिन्दूरदानं प्रतिगृहीताम् सर्वपदा प्रशमना त्रैलोक्येष्वखिलेश्वरी एवमेव त्वया कर्या मस्माद्वारि विनाशनम्। कांदात पुरहन्ति पुरुषा पुरुषा प्रणी एवमे ध्रुववे प्रतनो स्रस्तशतिनाय चर। ओम दुर्वं समर्पयामि प्रणम्य शिरसे देवं गौरीपुत्र विनायकं भक्तवासं स्मरे नित्यं कामरतं सिद्धके। ओम प्रथमं वक्रतुण्डचैकदन्तं द्वितीयकं तृतीयं कृष्णपिङ्गाक्ष राजा रक्तं चतुर्कं लम्बोदरं पञ्चमं च षष्ठं विकटमेव च सप्तमं विघ्नराजं च पुण्यवर्णं तदष्टकं नवमं बालचन्द्रतु दशमं तु विनायकम् एकदशुरघण्टा द्वादशतु गजाननम्। ॐ गन्धागृहाण देवस्य देवदेवनिधि त्वमेव जगतं नाथस् त्वमेव जगतं प्रभो गन्धाधानं समर्पयामि। ओम श्री ओम श्री कन्नचननं ओम श्री नैवेद्यं प्रतिगृहीतां भक्तिमेहं चलांशु लिप्सितं मे हरन्देहि प्रदाचर प्रान्तितम्। ओम ब्रह्मार्पणं ब्रह्मवीर ब्रह्मगणौ ब्रह्ममाहुतं ब्रह्मेव देवगन्ताव्यं ब्रह्मकर्मासिमारिणम् अहं वैष्णानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनादिहमाश्रिता प्राणापानसमायुक्तं पञ्चम्यं चतुर्विधम् अन्नपूर्णा सदा पूर्णा शंकर प्राणवल्लभे ज्ञानसौभाग्यसिद्ध्यर्थं पुण्यदेहे नमस्तुते। ओम शर्करा कन्नकर्याणि दरीशिर्गृहाणि च आहारं भक्ष्यभोजनं नैवेद्यं प्रतिगृहीताम्। नैवेद्यं प्रतिगृहीतां भक्ति मेहं चलांचो लिप्सितं मे हरन्देहि प्रदाशर प्राङ्गतिम् एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ती प्रचोदयात् दशरथाय विद्महे सीताबलवाय धीमहि तन्नो रामा प्रचोदयात्। प्रेम से बोलो प्रभु रामचंद्र की जय। ओम पापहं पापकर्माहं पापात्मसंभवा त्राहि मां पुण्डरीकाक्ष सर्वपापहरो हरि समस्तदेवदेवेशे सर्वकृत्करं प्रभं आकन्ननन्द संपूर्ण गृहान जलमूतमम् ओम पानर्तर जलं समर्पयामि। ओम इदं फलं माया देवस्तां पितां पूर्णातस्तव तेन मे सुप्त जन्मनि जन्मनि। ओम इदं फलं माया देवस्तां पितां पूर्णातस्तव तेन मे सुप्त जन्मनि जन्मनि। ओम दशरथाय विद्महे सीताबलवाय धीमहि तन्नो रामा प्रचोदयात्। ओम इदं फलं माया देवस्तां पितां पूर्णातस्तव तेन मे सुप्त जन्मनि जन्मनि। प्रेम से बोलो श्री सत्यनारायण स्वामी की जय। ओम लवं कर्पूर संयुक्तं ताम्बूलं सुरपूजितं प्रत्यगृहान् देवस्य मम सौख्यं विवर्धनम्। ओम लवं कर्पूर संयुक्तं ताम्बूलं सुरपूजितं प्रत्यगृहान् देवस्य मम सौख्यं विवर्धनम्। ताम्बूलं समर्पयामि। ओम पुंगीफलं महादिव्यं नागवलै समायुक्तं कारीरादि समायुक्तं ताम्बूलदानं प्रतिगृहीताम्। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नमः। ओम नमो नारायणाय नमः। मत्स्यकूर्म वराह नरसिंहं वामन परशुराम श्रीरामाय कृष्णाय बुधाय कल्कि देवाय नमस्तुते। ओम सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। सत्यनारायण स्वामी की जय। ओम पापहं पापकर्माहं पापात्मसंभवा त्राहि मां पुण्डरीकाक्ष सर्वपापहरो हरि समस्तदेवदेवेशे सर्वतृप्तङ्करं प्रभं आकन्ननन्द संपूर्ण गृहान जलमुत्तमं। श्री गंगा माता की जय। ओम मल्लकादि सुखंदिनी मल्लत्यानि प्रभु माया गृहाणि पूजर पुष्पाणि प्रतिगृहीताम्। ओम पुष्पं समर्पयामि। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नमः। ओम दशरथाय विद्महे सीताबलवाय धीमहि तन्नो रामा प्रचोदयात्। श्री राम जय राम। ओम मल्लकादि सुखंदिनी मल्लत्यानि ने प्रभु माया गृहाणि पूजर पुष्पाणि प्रतिगृहीताम्। ओम पुष्पं समर्पयामि। कात्यायनी च विद्महे कन्याकुमारी च धीमहि तन्नो दुर्गे प्रचोदयात्। ओम ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं चामुण्डायै विचे नमः। ओम वनस्पति सुदेवी खंडर गंधौतमे अर्घ्य सर्वदेवानां धूपोऽयं प्रतिगृहीताम्। श्री महागणपतये नमः स्वाहा श्री महासरस्वत्यै नमः स्वाहा श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः स्वाहा ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नमः स्वाहा ओम नमो नारायणाय नमः स्वाहा श्री महालक्ष्मी माताय नमः स्वाहा ओम नमः शिवाय नमः स्वाहा ओम नमो दुर्गाय नमः स्वाहा पृथ्वी धरती माताएभ्यो नमः स्वाहा ओम गायत्री माताय नमः स्वाहा ओम गंगा माताय नमः स्वाहा ओम सूर्याय नमः स्वाहा ओम चंद्रमसे नमः स्वाहा ओम भौमाय नमः स्वाहा ओम बुधाय नमः स्वाहा ओम बृहस्पतये नमः स्वाहा ओम शुक्राय नमः स्वाहा ओम शनि देवताभ्यो नमः स्वाहा ओम राहवे नमः स्वाहा ओम केतवे नमः स्वाहा श्री अग्नि देवताभ्यो नमः स्वाहा ओम हम हनुमते नमः स्वाहा श्री सीतारामाय नमः स्वाहा 33 करोड़ देवताभ्यो नमः स्वाहा 64 योगिनी नमः स्वाहा 10 महाविद्याय नमः स्वाहा ओम सर्वनाभवाय नमः स्वाहा ओम नमो भैरवाय नमः स्वाहा ओम मत्स्यदेवाय नमः स्वाहा कूर्मदेवाय नमः स्वाहा वराहाय नमः स्वाहा नरसिंहाय नमः स्वाहा वामन देवताय नमः स्वाहा परशुरामाय नमः स्वाहा श्री रामाय नमः स्वाहा श्री कृष्णाय नमः स्वाहा बुद्धाय नमः स्वाहा कल्की देवाय नमः स्वाहा ओम केशवाय नमः स्वाहा माधवाय नमः स्वाहा पुंडरीकाक्षाय नमः स्वाहा दामोदराय नमः स्वाहा ऋषिकेशाय नमः स्वाहा वैकुंठनाथाय नमः स्वाहा विश्वरूपाय नमः स्वाहा गोपालाय नमः स्वाहा गोवर्धन गिरिधारी नमः स्वाहा श्री हरिये नमः स्वाहा श्री पतये नमः स्वाहा कमलापतये नमः स्वाहा दामोदराय नमः स्वाहा शत्रु विनाशाय नमः स्वाहा भक्तवत्सलाय नमः स्वाहा शंकर प्रियाय नमः स्वाहा ओम दशरथाय विद्महे सीतावल्लभाय धीमहि तन्नो रामा प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा ओम सद्गुरुर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि यो यो न प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा ओम भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि यो यो न प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा ओम भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि यो यो न प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा ओम सर्वेभ्यो देवेभ्यो नमः स्वाहा सर्वेभ्यो ब्राह्मणेभ्यो नमः स्वाहा सर्वदेवी सर्वदेवताभ्यो नमः स्वाहा ओम समस्त देव देवेशे सर्वकृतं प्रभम आकंदनंद संपूर्ण विहान जमुतमम श्री अग्निदेव की जय। Concentrate on Lord Ganesh. Om Hare गजानन स्वामी की जय। All the flowers in the matter. Om Hare Om प्रभु रामचंद्र की जय। शक्ति दुर्गा माता की जय। सत्यनारायण स्वामी। ओम हरि। श्री सत्यनारायण स्वामी की जय। प्रेम से बोलो श्री सत्यनारायण स्वामी की जय। ओम हरि ओम तत्सत हरि ओम तत्सत हरि ओम तत्सत। सूर्यारी नवग्रह देवता की जय। प्रेम से बोलो सूर्यदेव की जय। प्रेम से बोलो चंद्रदेव की जय। प्रेम से बोलो भौमदेव की जय। प्रेम से बोलो बुधदेव की जय। प्रेम से बोलो देव गुरु बृहस्पति की जय। प्रेम से बोलो गुरु शुक्राचार्य की जय। प्रेम से बोलो शनिदेव की जय। प्रेम से बोलो राहु देव की जय। प्रेम से बोलो केतु देव की जय। Join band. श्री तुलसी माता की जय। चंदन ओम श्री कंद चंदनम दिव्यं गंधारियो सुमिरो हरि विलेपानि श्रेष्ठम चंदनम प्रति गृहीताम तुलसी हरि हरिद्रां निर्मितं देवं सौभाग्य सुख संपरम अतस्त्वां पूजयिष्यामि गृहाण परमेश्वरी सिंदूर सिंदूरनं शोभनं रक्तं सौभाग्य सुख संपरम सुकरमोक्षरं चैव सिंदूरदानं प्रति गृहीतां पशुं गंगागृहाण देवस्य देवदेवनिधि त्वमेव जगतं प्रभो परिमाला ओम मल्लकारी सुखंदिनी मल्लत्यानी मे प्रभु माया गृहाणि पूजर पुष्पाणि प्रति गृहीताम् प्रसाद ओम शर्करा माता की जय। ओम पूजयिष्यामि गृहाण परमेश्वरी। सिंदूर सिंदूर्णं शोभनं रक्तं सौभाग्य सुख संपरं सुकरमोक्षरं चैव सिंदूर्दानं प्रतिगृहीतां कृतिं गन्धागृहाण देवस्य देवदेवनिधि त्वमेव जगतं नाथस् त्वमेव जगतं प्रभु। हरे माला। ओम मल्लकारी सुगंधिनी मल्लक्यानि हे प्रभु माया गृहाणि पूजा पुष्पाणि प्रतिगृहीताम्। ओम वासुदेवाय नमः। प्रेम से बोलो श्री सत्यनारायण स्वामी की जय। ओम नमः शिवाय। नमो भगवते रुद्राय उमापति महादेव की जय। ओम श्री कंदचननं दिव्यं गंधार्यो स्मिरो हरिं विलेपानीश्वर श्रेष्ठं चननं प्रतिगृहीताम्। ओम हरिद्रां निर्मितं देवं सौभाग्य सुख संपरम् अतस्त्वां पूजयिष्यामि गृहाण परमेश्वर। सिंदूर्णं शुभनं रक्तं सौभाग्य सुख संपरं सुखरमोक्षरं चैव सिंदूर्दानं प्रतिगृहीतां गन्धागृहाण देवस्य देवदेवनिधि त्वमेव जगतं नाथस् त्वमेव जगतं प्रभु। माला। मल्लकारी सुगंधिनी मल्लक्यानि मे प्रभु माया गृहाणि पूजा पुष्पाणि प्रतिगृहीताम्। प्रसाद। ओम शर्करा Chandanam Divyan Gandharyo Sumiro Harim Vilepani Shurashe on the top the chakra. Om Shri Kanda Chandanam Divyan Gandharyo Sumiro Harim Vilepani Shurashrestam Chandanam Prati Grahitam Hardi Haridram Nirmitan Devam Saubhagya Supasamparam Atastuam Pujaishyami Grihana Parameshwari Sindur Sinduranam Shubhanam Raktan Saubhagya Supasamparam Sukharam Moksharam Chaiva Sindurdanam Prati Grahitam Perfume Gandha Grihana Devishya Deva Deva Nidhi Twamev Jagatam Natra Swamev Jagatam Prabho Arti Om Sajen Chamurti Sanyukyan Vahinayo Durga Mata Ki Jai. Espera que andamos inside. Right. Like it. Om Yagya Ihatishta Avahan Paushatyugini Mata Ki Jai. Om Shri Kanda Chandanam Divyan Gandharyo Sumiro Harim Vilepani Shurashrestam Chandanam Prati Grahitam Sprinkly Hari Valupa Haridram Nirmitan Devam Saubhagya Supasamparam Atastuam Pujaishyami Grihana Parameshwari Om Sindur Om Sindurnam Shobhanam Raktam Saubhagya Supasamparam Sukharam Moksharam Chaiva Sindur Danam Prati Grahitam Perfume. Om Gandha Grihana Devishya Deva Deva Nidhi Twamev Jagatam Natras Twamev Jagatam Prabhu Om Mallakari Subhandini Mallatyani Ne Prabhu Maya Grihani Puja Pushpani Prati Grihitam Prasad Om Shri Om Hari Om Tat Let's put this one side down. Arti. Om Jai.
Vandana Guru
Principal Prabhu Ramachandra ki Jai. So let us start as we have our first opening arati for this 7-night Ramayan Yagya. As we wave the sacred light of arati, we are offering that symbol of universal love and purity unto the supreme source of all love and purity itself. That light which has no form has taken the form and appeared on earth as the one Shri. And tonight we acknowledge that light. Tonight we worship that light. That arati that you're performing in that circular motion represents the unending love and devotion you have for Bhagavan. So as the arati is being performed, you surrender yourself totally, forget all the troubles and difficulties and so on, and you surrender yourself. You gathered here, you made a sacrifice to come out here. Don't be distracted by what is going on the outside, whatever is going on in your personal life. Focus for a few moments on the feet of the one Shri Ram. Sajayan Principal Prabhu Ramachandra ki Jai. Take your seats. May I, on behalf of the members, management of the Shri Parameshwari Durga Devi Ashram Incorporated, extend a most cordial welcome to all of you. It is the first of 7 nights of Ramayan Yagya. This Yagya will be unlike most Yagyas, Ramayan Yagyas. While most Ramayan Yagyas you will hear the story of the one Shri Ram, you are going to hear that here too. But we are going to relate it to the social sciences, that is the business, the politics, the management, the sociology, the psychology. In other words, the social aspect of man's life. And we're going to see how that affects our daily living. Why are we going to look at it from that angle? It is said in Kali Yuga, the lifestyle of Shri Ram must be emulated. You must live like Shri Ram. However, you must accept the teachings of Shri Krishna. You cannot live life like Krishna. Krishna lived the life of a god. He didn't live the life of a human being. Shri Ram, another name for Shri Ram is Maryada Purushottam, meaning perfect man. So Bhagwan Shri Ram showed us how to use our own human potential to achieve greatness and success in our daily life. That is why in Kali Yuga, he is supposed to be the role model by which every human being is supposed to live their life. And more than ever, there are so many different commentaries written about Bhagwan Shri Ram and the Ramayan. But yet, very few of us understand the teachings of the Ramayan. So before we go into the depths of tonight's discourse, let us clasp our hands together, close our eyes, bow our heads. Let us contemplate of Bhagwan Ganapati, he who is the giver of success, the remover of obstacles. Devi Saraswati, choose whose grace and blessings we are able to understand and absorb the knowledge imparted. We seek the blessings of our Reverend Guruji and of Bhagwan Shri Ram himself. Nityan Dhyayanti Yogina Kamara Mokshadam Jaiva Omkaraya Namo Namaha. Om Varnana Artha Sangrana Rasana Chandra Samipe Mangalana Chatarkaro Vande Vani Vinayako. Sit upright as we chant Ramayan Sumera.
Hare जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीश तिहु लोक मंगलमूर्ति हो राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुरभो।
श्री रामचंद्र कृपालु जगत हरण दारुणम नामकंजलोचन
So before we go into the depths of tonight's discourse, you might like to ask a lot of questions, right? So if all the answer may, I'll continue. If all the answer we finish the year right now, right? All right. Now, very often, what is the most popular Yagya in Trinidad? Or in Paris? Or in the Caribbean? Huh? What is the most popular Yagya you will hear about or you will attend? Ramayan. Okay? So next question. Do we do Ramayan Yagya here in Trinidad? I have two books in front of me here. Alright, and I could read the whole night for you all, if you want. But based on you all answering. One is the Ramayan, one is not. You all are familiar with this one. Isn't that so? This is what you all are familiar with. Alright? This is not the Ramayan. This is not Ramayan. And Guruji will explain that more when he comes. This one here, this is Ramayan. What's the difference? Both of them contain the teachings of Shri Ram, but only one is Ramayan. We do not do Ramayan Yagya. The last Ramayan Yagya I could remember being done in Trinidad was when Swami Ganapati was consecrated Hanuman Murti, the big Hanuman Murti in Orange Field. He had Akanda Ramayan being read. Ramayan contains 24,000 verses. This looking like it has 24,000 verses in it, right? This one looking like it has 24,000 verses? Nah, this is more than 24,000. Ramayan is written by Maharishi Valmiki. This book here, this big book that we are accustomed seeing from small growing up, and we attend what we call Ramayan Yagya in Trinidad, and Pundits read from this book. This is not Ramayan. This is Ram Charitra Manas. It's a totally different book from Valmiki Ramayan. There are kathas in Valmiki Ramayan that is not present in Ram Charitra Manas. Tulsidas created a Bhakti Sastra. So there were certain kathas he eliminated from Valmiki's work. One of the more popular ones, you all know the Katha Ratanmala with Hanuman open his chest. That is not in this. It is in Valmiki's Ramayana. Alright? Valmiki concluded writing Ramayana when Shri Ram merged back into Mahavishnu, when he went back up to Vaikuntha. Tulsi's writing ended when Shri Ram became Rajaram. Because after that, you all know after the coronation of Shri Ram's life had a more sad tone to it, right? Sita Mata went into exile, and when Tulsi was questioned as to why he didn't write about that aspect of it, he said it was too emotional for him, too sad for him. He wanted to leave Shri Ram as a king on the throne of Ayodhya. But that is how he sees Shri Ram in his heart. So in Trinidad, when we use the term Ramayan Yagya, we really refer to Ram Charitra Manas. If we go to read Ramayan of Valmiki, most of us will not want to go because the knowledge is of a different level. Ram Charitra Manas is composed under the instructions of Lord Shiva. Tulsidas was ordered by Lord Shiva to write Ram Charitra Manas in the language of a common man. And where did Tulsidas live? In North India, in Uttar Pradesh, where our grandparents came from. Alright? So they had cities like Varanasi, Kashi, and Ayodhya. Them is the only two places Tulsidas used to live. Sometimes he would live in Kashi, sometimes he would live in Ayodhya. Only one time Tulsidas ventured outside of those two places, and that was to visit Vrindavan. And that's a katha for next time. Why did he go to Vrindavan? On another occasion I'll tell you that. But the common language that was spoken in North India at that time was Awadhi. Valmiki's work is classical Sanskrit, or what we call Devvani, the language of the gods. The politics that was playing out in India at that time, India was under Mughal rule at the time Tulsidas was alive. And like in any society, in any culture, if you control information, if you control knowledge, you are able to control the mindset of the population. And the Mughals, they quickly realized this. So what did they do? They denied educational opportunities to the average citizens. And only the elite, only those who were born within the Brahmin caste were given the authority, the privilege to study. So only those were able to study Sanskrit. And what the Mughals or what the elite tell you, you would believe. And this is what goes on with social media today. It never stopped. It just transformed, it evolved to suit the time, the modern time that we live in. The propaganda has just taken on new form. In the days gone by, it was the word of mouth. Today it is advertising and social media. It is the same thing come back again. So if you want to control the masses, you tell them things you like to hear while you have your hidden agenda behind the scenes. And that is what was going on. Because they wanted to control the population, only limited information was given. And so Bhagwan Shiva, and through the Bhakti movement, this shattered that status quo. That is why many of the saints of the Bhakti movement were prosecuted. And that is what a lot of the Islamic invasions and mashing up of temples and so on took place around that time. So, Bhagwan Shiva, when Tulsidas, the time came for him to write the Ramayan, he was writing it in classical Sanskrit because it is, even today in modern day India, it is taboo, considered taboo to read the scriptures in any other language other than Sanskrit. And it is, Tulsidas was the first poet, now there were many before Tulsidas who would use the common language of the man to explain truths, right? Vedic truths, deep truths, right? But Tulsidas was the first to put it in writing, and he did it so under the instructions of Lord Shiva. And so the knowledge that Valmiki had captured in these 24,000 verses, he wrote it in a poetic form in Awadhi Bhasha. Awadhi is a dialect of Hindi. Just as how in Trinidad we have our Caribbean style English, our dialect English, compared to British English, alright? Or we say standard English when we're referring to British English, alright? So, Awadhi is a dialect. It is written, this Ramchaitra is written in Awadhi. That was the common language of the man. And Tulsidas considered this book so inferior, actually he nearly lose his life for it. Because he was the first to break with tradition. When the Brahmins and the Mughals who heard that this man Tulsidas, the saint, were writing the Shastras in the ordinary language of the man, they tried to assassinate him in many ways. And Shri Ram himself came and protected him. In the Jivan Charitra of this Ramchaitra Manas self, it tells you the hardship that Tulsidas went through when he was writing this Ramayan. And so when the book was compiled and he was preaching in the public, they didn't want him going to any temple. So he sat under the trees. He went into the parks, he went on the banks of the rivers, and masses upon masses of people, just like how you all gather here, people would gather like that just to hear, because they're hearing it in a language they are familiar with and they could understand. And because they were hearing something that they could understand and relate to in a language that they could understand, they gravitated to him. And the Mughals didn't like this, the Brahmins didn't like this. And like I told you, many attempts were made on his own life. Until finally, the panchayat in the village meet and they say, okay Tulsi, if you consider your book worthy of worship and worthy of adoration and worthy of of upholding the Vedic truths, then prove it. And so they set the test. They say if Shiva himself were to sanction this scripture of yours, we will accept it. And what they did, they went to Vishwanath, Kashi Vishwanath Mandir. Now in those days, scriptures were not kept in homes. Like how we would have a copy of the Ramayan or the Bhagavad Gita and so on, they would be left in the temple. Alright? So they went to Kashi Vishwanath Mandir, where the Kashi Vishwanath Jyotirling here is. And all the scriptures were there in the sanctum of the mandir. And Tulsi considered himself and his writing equal to garbage. What he did, he pushed the book underneath all. That is how inferior the mindset was. Because he was the first poet to write something in the common language, the classical language. And why is Sanskrit even up to today a big deal? At university level we say classical Sanskrit, right? But what is the correct name for this? Classical Sanskrit. The correct name is Devvani. What is the meaning of that word? Devvani. Dev means what? Dev means Devta, right? Vani means speech or language. So classical Sanskrit is the language of the gods. Just as how your mother tongue is English, if God were to appear and talk in his natural language, it would be Sanskrit. So that is why it was considered taboo to read the scripture, to write the scripture in any other language. So Tulsi now, he put the book over there. Everybody stepped outside in the temple courtyard. And because Kashi Vishwanath houses a Jyotirlinga, there must be certain rituals performed in the early hours of the morning. So when the temple priests and pundits get up in the morning, they go and do their rituals. And they open the door. What they're seeing? Suspended over the lingam, the Ramayan of Tulsi with the stamp of the Trishul and the words Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram. Principal Omapati Mahadevaki Jai. And after seeing that, imagine you going inside your temple and you're seeing something hanging over in the middle of the air. So what you could do? Don't tell me you go bow down. You're busting it from there and you run it straight by my ear and say, ba 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 ba. This was the scene. Imagine that over the lingam, the book of Tulsi Das with the stamp of the Trishul and the inscription Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram. And from that day, this Ram Charitra Manas gained the blessings of Bhagavan Shiva and became the popular text in Kali Yuga. Even in India, while Valmiki Ramayana is very popular, the Ram Charitra Manas, especially in northern India, is just as popular. Just a few weeks ago, when I was in Ayodhya, anywhere you turn, Ram, Ram, Ram. This Ramayana was being read and broadcast on loudspeakers all over. So this was sanctioned by Lord Shiva. That is why we perform this puja. This is why we just read this book. University students or students of higher education, they would study Valmiki Ramayana. People with master's degree and PhD. So what's the difference? Valmiki Ramayana, in summary, is really a detailed explanation of Gayatri Mantra. How many syllables are there in Gayatri Mantra? There are 24 syllables. And everybody here knows Gayatri Mantra. Right? So you all know that mantra. How many verses are in Valmiki Ramayana? There are 24,000 verses in Valmiki Ramayana. So 1,000, Valmiki uses 1,000 verses to explain one syllable of Gayatri Mantra. So Valmiki Ramayana is an exposition on Gayatri Mantra. That is why when Shri Ram, when it's time for him to go back up to Vaikuntha, when he was walking towards the Saryu river, Devi Gayatri appeared and lead the way, accompanied by the 4 Vedas on the 4 sides. And so he entered into the Saryu river, the form of Devi Gayatri ascended to the heavens, and then the form of Mahavishnu arose. The life of Shri Ram, therefore, from birth to his ascension, is a life according to Gayatri Mantra. Tulsidas on the other hand knows that this high philosophy, we in Kali Yuga, to live that kind of life will be impossible for some of us. To understand the teaching will be very difficult. So he broke it down using his poetic skills. And he put it in a poetry form where we could understand and appreciate it. So this is the big difference between the two scriptures. It is two separate scriptures. One is Gyan Yoga and Ramcharitamanas is a Bhakti Sastra. It is an exposition of Bhakti Yoga. So this is the big difference in the two scriptures. So tonight, now that you understand the difference between the two books, next we have to understand the main character of the scripture. Who is the main character of these two scriptures? Of Ramcharitamanas and Ramayan. Who is the main character? Huh? Who? Come on. I have waxen heads. Talk hard. Huh? Come now, man. Shri Ram. Right? And as Hindus always practice when you're talking about the deities. Now if I come and call you, hey boy, hey girl, and we're not good friends at all, or we're just acquaintances, and that would be kind of offensive. So too, Ram is not your friend, he's a god. So don't say Ram, don't say Krishna. Say Shri Ram or Shri Krishna. That is proper. Right? That is proper protocol. Okay? So when you're referring to Shri Ram, to Bhagavan Shri Ram, you always put the word Shri in front of it. Same thing with Bhagavan Shri Krishna, always put the word Shri in front of it. When you leave out the word Shri, you are telling the person, just like how in English grammar, you use the word Mr. or Mrs. depending on who you are addressing. Alright? In English, when you leave out those things and you call the person, you're telling that person, me and you is of the same level, the same status. We have that type of relationship. Alright? Unless you are God, well, all of us are part of God, but unless you have that degree of realization, you are to address Bhagavan by his proper, follow that same protocol. So you use the word Shri in front of it. That is Shri Ram, Shri Krishna. Alright? Especially when it comes to Shri Ram and Shri Krishna, because they live on earth, mingle with us. Alright? So the main character of both texts is the Bhagavan Shri Ram. And you have to understand Bhagavan Shri Ram. Now during the course of the other 6 nights, we'll help you understand the personality of Shri Ram. What I'm going to do tonight is taken from the Ram Rahasya Upanishad. Alright? And this Upanishad is narrated by Bhagavan Hanuman to the Rishis, selected Rishis. And here, the power of the name of Shri Ram is being narrated to the Rishis. Now in Sanatan Dharma, in Trinidad here, how we greet each other as Hindus. How do we greet each other? Huh? Sitaram? Right. We say Sitaram. That is how Hindus greet each other. So we greet each other in the name of Sita and Ram. Alright? When we was in Ayodhya, how devotees greet. In India they don't say Sitaram, they say Namaste most of the time. But it's specifically in Ayodhya, they say Ram Ram. Right? They greet you in the name of Ram. Now that is opposite. When we was in Ayodhya, you see the name of Shri Ram, the images of Shri Ram, the murtis of Shri Ram all over. Even the street has the name of Shri Ram on it. Right? The light, like how we have street light here, even the lights, the street lights, they decorated in the bow and the arrow and the gada and the sword and the chakra and so on. The flag of Shri Ram, the Ram Bana was flying on top of every street light, on top of every building. But that is opposite when you go to Vrindavan. When you go to Vrindavan, why Krishna is the supreme God there? The name of Krishna is nowhere to be found except in the mandir. All the trees and the roads and the rivers and so on. When you go to Vrindavan, what do you hear? Radhe Radhe. You greet each other in the name of Radha Rani. Why? Bhagavan Shri Krishna is said, without Radha, my power is, I am nothing. My energy is nothing. That is Bhagavad Katha. Alright? So, what is special about this name of Shri Ram? Let us hear. As Hanuman narrates to the sages and saints of the power of Ram Nam. Shri Ramaya Namaha Ato Rama Srastanam Cha Vishnu Nama Pahevache Srastanama Tatalyam Vishnu Nama Pradikshare Eka Rama Namakahare Nada Tera Punaha Punaha Jiva Mukta Karishyami Ramanam Sarastave Om Shri Paramatmane Namah. Prem se bolo Prabhu Ramachandra ki Jai. So here in the Ram Rahasya Upanishad, Bhagwan Hanuman is telling the sages and saints that name Ram is the most superior name of God that could ever exist. And he goes on to say, the name of Ram is greater than the form of Ram. See if you could comprehend that. The name of Ram is greater than the personality, the form of Ram. And here Hanuman now is quoting an incident that happened between Shiva and Parvati. Let us hear what he has to say. So on one occasion, Hanuman is saying on one occasion, Parvati Mata and Bhagwan Shiva, it was dinner time, and Bhagwan Shiva come back from a rough day. Parvati Mata, having served food, she sat down by the table. And before Shiva could come and take his place, he went to take his bath and clean up himself, then to come and sit down there. So while she waited for him to bathe, she started to chant Vishnu Sahasranam. So let us hear what transpired there. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Hari Om Namah Shivaya. Mahadev ki Jai. So Bhagwan Shiva, he have taken his bath and he came where Parvati was sitting by the dinner table, and while he took his seat in there, she is reciting Vishnu Sahasranam, the 1,000 names of Lord Vishnu. Now that's going to take some time, right? And Shiva here is hungry, he thirsty, he wants to go and take a rest. So what did he do? He watching his wife. When she got finished, wife. So Vishnu, Bhagwan Shiva interrupted her and said, "Oh Devi, listen, there's an easier way to get the benefits of reciting Vishnu Sahasranam, and that is simply chant the name of Ram once. Trusting her husband, because she knows who her husband is. Alright? Trusting Bhagwan Shiva's word, she says, okay. And she says, Ram. And after that, but there was a lot of doubt in her mind, and Shiva knew this. They had their meals, and they went to sleep. But while she was busy, now I see how the Leela played, right? So when they went to sleep, in her mind, that night she couldn't sleep. Because she has a partially guilty conscience that she didn't complete chanting the 1,000 names of Vishnu, and she eats she food. But at the same time, she listened to her husband who said just chant the Ram name one time, and they get the same blessings of chanting Vishnu name 1,000 times. So in the morning, when they wake up and rejuvenated and so on, Bhagwan Shiva was outside meditating. When he came out of his meditation, Devi Parvati went and said, "Oh Lord, there's a doubt in my mind. And so tell me what is the secret of this name of Ram? I notice even you meditate on Shri Ram, on that name. You constantly chant the name of Ram. Most of us here would have seen murtis and pictures of Lord Shiva in a meditative posture, right? Who is Lord Shiva meditating on? He's the master of everything, but who he meditates on? Huh? He meditates on Shri Ram. That mantra that Lord Shiva recites all the time is Ram, Ram, Ram. That is all that Lord Shiva does, you know. He doesn't say other prayers, he doesn't do any other offering, he just sits in meditation and he chants the name of Ram. All the job that he does is Ram now. That is why when Shri Ram appeared on earth, Bhagwan Shiva went to get his darshan. And that is why Shiva's avatar was put in the service of Bhagwan Shri Ram. So, Bhagwan Shiva is saying that the name of Ram, chanting the name of Ram once, is equivalent to chanting the name of Bhagwan Vishnu 1,000 times, reciting the Vishnu Sahasranam. Can you see the importance now that when we greet each other, every time we say this name Ram, the kind of power it has in it? And Bhagwan Shiva now is going into more details. He says the Moola mantra of Bhagwan Vishnu is what? Om Namo Narayanaya Namah. Everybody knows that mantra, right? Om Namo Narayanaya Namah. So that one, this is, if I had a projector, I would show you it, right? We have reached quite a year. If I were to give a little donation, I think next year we can have a screen and a projector and all that kind of thing, right? Let's say man. So, if you look at the word Narayan, the syllables, right? That Ra in Narayan is the first syllable in the name of Ram. You say, "Oh Devi, the name of Ram contains the power of Sampur Vishnu as well as myself." And so Parvati, yourself, Prabhu. But Shri Ram is an avatar of Vishnu. I can understand he is the incarnation of Vishnu. How come he contains your power? I said, okay, the mool mantra of Narayan is Om Namo Narayanaaya Namah. Narayan, that's the syllable. Narayan. So this is the middle syllable is Ra. Na-Ra. Right? Ra. Those are the first two syllables in the name of Ram. And it says, what is the last two syllables in the name of Ram? So you have Ra and Ma. So when you join Ra and Ma together, but there is no Ma in Narayan. If you take the name Narayan, is there any Ma sound over there? No. So go to Shiva's mantra now. What is the mantra of Lord Shiva? Now this is Vedanta. This is not, you realize this is not Chaupai or this is Vedanta. This is the kind of teaching they do in the ashram. And when you do these kind of studies, you appreciate more, you understand more. So when you use the name of Ram or you do any mantra, you'll be able to appreciate. When you understand something and you know the value of it, you are able to appreciate it and use it better. Alright? So, what is the main mantra of Lord Shiva? Na, Ma, Shi, Va, Ya. Right? These 5 syllables. Right? So, we have Ra from Narayan. What we need now to complete the name of Ram? Ma. And where did Ma coming from? Na, Ma. Right? When you put the word Nama together, you get Nama, meaning to salutations. Right? So you take out the Ma syllable and you join it to the Ra syllable of Narayan and you get Rama. So this is how Shiva explained to Parvati. It contains the power of the complete form of Vishnu as well as the complete form of myself. So when you say that name Rama, this is what Hanuman now is telling the sages. When you say the name Rama, and Hanuman is narrating what Shiva tells Parvati now. When you say the name Rama, you're activating the powers of creation and destruction within yourself. If you want to bring it in yoga philosophy, that is the Ida and the Pingala nadis through which the Kundalini would rise. You know, there are certain rituals when we're doing, especially when we're doing things like Balidan and so on. You just have to test to see which side the prana coming out from. It comes out either from the right nostril or the left nostril. And depending on the ritual you're performing, the current that must be in harmony with what you're doing on the Vedi there. Alright? So very often you'll see the Pundits or the Rishis and so on, they will put their hand by their nose to see which side the breath coming up. Tells you which of the nadis is active, whereas the Ida or the Pingala nadi is active. And then the ritual is undertaken. So the Ra and the Ma, the Ra from Narayan and the Ma from Namah Shivaya is joined together and we get Ram. Having heard this, Shiva continues to explain to Parvati Mata that, O Devi, just as the form of Vishnu is superior among all the devatas, so notice the words of Lord Shiva now, the form of Vishnu is superior among all the devatas, so to the name of Ram is the supreme among all names of God. So when we say Ram, from a Vedanta point of view, we are not talking about the son of Dasharath. We are talking about that supreme Brahman, that infinite being who allows himself to incarnate upon earth for the welfare of mankind. Playing the Leela, he came as the son of Dasharath. But he is indeed, in reality, he is not the son of Dasharath. He is the supreme power. He is the supreme being appeared on the stage of the earth to set the example for you and I to follow, to live by. So Bhagavan Shiva is saying, just as the form of Vishnu is superior among the devatas, the name of Ram is superior to among all the name of God. And now he continues to explain, but this time he's going to explain the syllables, the letters that make the word Ram. So in Sun, again, if I had the projector, the word Ram is made up of 3 syllables, right? Ra, A, Ma, right? And this is why you see part of it coming up here now. When we're doing the child's samskar, 6 days, 12 days samskar, one of the rituals is put a little bit of honey, and sometimes we chant the name of Ram while that honey is going in the mouth. Alright? When we're doing puja, and we're doing offerings and so on, the name of Ram is taken. When we're taking you out on your final journey, what we say? Huh? All afraid to say that one. That's right up the road and all the other worry. Huh? Yeah. If you say Ram Nam Satya Hai, yeah, somebody else, some other Satya Hai coming for you, it's not Ram. You know, the devil Satya Nam, the way some holidays live.
Somebody else on the same.
Right? So, say Ram Nam Satya Hai, right? Even when you're leaving this earth, the name of Ram is taken. That is the power of the name of Ram. So now Bhagavan Shiva is telling Parvati, oh Devi, listen as I narrate to you the meaning and the power of each syllable. So he explained that the joining of the words again, Ram. Now he's going to take the word Ram now and break it up into individual letters. So Ra, A, Ma. So he's going to tell you what Ra is, what A is, and what Ma is. Right? To further enhance the explanation of the power and the greatness of the name of Shri Ram. And this is why all of the rishis, all of the munis, this is why Hanuman became great because of the name of Shri Ram. Bhagavan Shiva meditates only on Shri Ram. You know, some of we here, we say we're doing this puja, we're doing that puja, we're doing all kind of puja. You hear have this temple open day, that temple open day, this will be a man this corner, that one and that corner, and you want to run all over the place? Huh? You know, you have people like that? But if you stick to one and focus on one, you're going to achieve greatness and success. So Bhagavan Shiva, now he's going to tell Devi Parvati of the greatness of the syllable of the name of Ram, the mool, or what you call the beach of Shri Ram. Shri Shiva Uvacha Suno Devi Pravachyami Ram Nam Satya Hai Ram ke aayege Paramatmane Namastute Ra ke Ravi ke Shakti ke hai Rasa Nama ke hai Chite Surya Teja ke Agni Teja Samastite Om Shri Paramatmane Namah. Prem se bolo Shri Ramachandra ki Jai. So Bhagavan Shiva is saying that beach or that syllable of Ra stands or came from the power that is infused into that syllable Ra. Alright? It is infused with the light of the sun. What is another name for the sun? The sun is Surya. We say Surya, right? But what is another name for the sun? Ravi. What is the first syllable in the name of Ram? Ra. So Ra from Ravi, that is, when you call Surya Ravi, it's talking about he who is the fiery glowing one. Alright? So I want you to pay attention to what is happening here. So the name Ra came from Ravi, who is Surya, who is the Kula Devata of Shri Ram. Rakukul, right? Who was the main deity in that kul? Surya. They always worship Surya. They're born in the Surya, Shri Ram is of the Isvaku dynasty, or the dynasty of the sun. Krishna is on the opposite side. He is of the Chandra dynasty, the lineage of the moon. That is why Shri Ram, he was born at midday. At midday, what happens to the sun? It is at the strongest, it is at the peak of its power. So that is where Abhijit Mahurat occurs. Abhijit is a chakra of Lord Vishnu. During Abhijit Mahurat, Lord Vishnu releases the Sudarshan chakra on earth for the purpose of destroying all evils and protecting his devotees. That occurs every day at around 12 noon. There are specifics in Vedic astrology where you calculate exactly when the Muhurat starts and ends. But roughly for us here in Trinidad, it's around lunchtime. Okay? So the Ra, because the sun is at its peak, the sun is at 12 o'clock, is called Ravi. And Ravi, that Ra from Ravi is where Shri Ram gets the first syllable of his name, from his Kula Devta. And so Bhagavan Shiva, he continues to tell Parvati, Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Sunno Devi Prabhakshyami Agni Teja Swadhahira Akekha Agni Pasya Yagya Samastakayakam Yagya Shala Yagya Kota Yagyeshwaraya Namaskritam Yagyetadaya Veratmake Shri Parameshwari Namastute Shri Agni Devaya Namastute. Prince Bolo Shri Ramachandra ki Jai. So that syllable now of A came from Agni. Who is Agni? Agni is the god of the sacred fire. Alright? Before in Sanatan Dharma, before any rite or ritual could be completed or started, that fire have to light. Either you light it in the form of the diya or you light it in the form of the Hawan Kund. Until that fire is not lit, no rites or ritual can be started or completed. Isn't that so? Even in your little puja room at home, you would light your diyas. Isn't that so? In your little chandi area and so on, you would light your diya. Alright? So that the syllable comes from Agni. That is why Shri Ram he is always described being glowing in complexion, like a blazing flame. So Bhagavan Shiva is telling Devi Parvati the power of Agni lends its beat or its syllable to the second syllable in the name of Ram. So we have Ra, we have A. Which one missing now? Ra, A. Which one missing? Ma. Alright? So where does Ma come from? Let us hear what Lord Shiva has to say. Shri Paramatmane Namah. He Devi Suno Devi Pravakshyami Ma ke Angala Samaye Manas ke Aye Manavaye Madhusudanam Madhukaye Madanaye Chandradeka Someshwara Somnaye Someshwaraye Somakaye Namastute. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Prem se bolo Prabhu Ramachandra ki Jai. So the word Ma, he say, come from Soma. Who is Soma? Huh? Soma is the Vedic name of the god that presides over the moon. Or in Sanskrit, we call Chandrama. So you see this, the Ma syllable, whether you say Soma or you say Chandrama, the Ma syllable is present here. That Ma is the Bij mantra of the moon. Alright? So that last syllable that makes up the name of Ram comes from the moon. Now you all know the moon controls the mind. Both in medicine as well as in Vedic psychology, the moon controls the energy of the mind. Isn't that so? Huh? How many others walk by the moon? Everybody put up your hand. Go, all others walk by the moon. If the moon didn't exist, all of you dead. Right? There's some people like the hyper when the moon full. Right? So the energy of the moon or soma is captured by the Bij Ma. So when you combine Ra, which is Ravi, A is Agni, and Ma is Soma, what do you get? Put the words together. Put the syllables together. Ra from Ravi, A from Agni, and Ma from Chandrama. Ra, A, Ma. What you get? Ram. And what do you know about the sun, the fire, and the moon? Are they man-made light? First of all, they are self-illuminating objects. Isn't that so? These three words, when they join together, represents from a yogic point of view the Ida, the Pingala, and the Shushumna Nadi. Alright? And in yoga philosophy, they tell you one is controlled by the sun, one is controlled by the moon. One side is controlled by the sun, one side is controlled by the moon, and you can know it by your nostril, by how the air flows in your nostril. Alright? And the Kundalini energy is made to rise up to the Shushumna Nadi until it reaches the crown of the head, where Atman Paramatma, if you're Shiva Bhakta, it will be Shiva and Shakti. If you're Vaishnava, it will be Radha and Krishna. Alright? So it depends on the pathway you're following. That unit, the uniting of the Atma and the Paramatma takes place in the Sahasradhara Chakra. And when that happens, you have become what you become, a Jivan Mukta. You are a liberated soul even while living in the body. That is the power of the name of Ram. So because the name of Ram can liberate you even while you are alive, that is why when you're dying, if you're fortunate, there are some things that are supposed to happen when a person is dying. Alright? If you're fortunate, and this is your karma now. Alright? Because I know one fella, he said one time when he dead, he wanted dead in Kashi, and he lived his whole life in Kashi. He never leave anywhere to go. Day and night he in Kashi. I know one time when dead, he take a donkey ride, and donkey fall just outside the border of Kashi. And you bossy head and he dead? Huh? So, based on the karma, there are certain things that are supposed to happen when a person is dying. One of them, and some of it you all know, one of them is to give them what? Tulsi water. The Tulsi leaf, when we're doing Tulsi Vivakata later on in the year, we will hear about that. Right? The shaligram, if they're in the vicinity, if somebody dies within the vicinity of the shaligram. Now shaligram is one of the few things that could never be contaminated. Two things, you see the shaligram and the tulsi could never be contaminated. If you could put tulsi on a dead body and cremate a body with tulsi and tulsi still remains pure, that is the power of tulsi. Right? The shaligram is also the same. If you are in a vicinity where the shaligram is, it is said that taking the shaligram water is amrit. When the time is dying, you go straight to Vaikuntha. If the person is blessed and has the shali, if he's a sadhu and he wears the tulsi mala and the tulsi kanti, the shaligram is placed on the anahata chakra, that is on the heart. Immediately upon leaving the body, the soul merges into Mahavishnu. But the karmas are to qualify you. You could die in the hospital, you could die in an accident. You may have all of that plan. Some of them have the bed makeup and their room prepared. When I get sick and I get old, put me in this room, when I'm dead and right here. Huh? But if your karma qualify you to get that type of death, you can't do nothing about it. That's why you start living the appropriate life now. Start doing the rites and rituals and fulfilling your samskar and so on right now. While you can. Don't wait for somebody else to do it for you. That is why when another thing, what they're supposed to do when a person is reaching their last days, when they're about to die, if you are able to whisper the name of Ram in their ears, that person doesn't, when the soul leaves the body, it goes to the abode of Shri Ram. This is why we tell people, be careful. Look at the power of the name of Ram. This is why we just tell people, be careful of the name you give your child. If you call your child Muksi and Puhar, how are they growing up to be? Like a Muksi and a Puhar, and we can behave in Puhar all about. Give them proper name, like Ram Das. Right? What is the meaning of that word? Ram, the servant of Shri Ram. Alright? That is a popular name these days. So give them proper names. Their name has energy in it. When you call somebody by their name, there's a certain energy frequency that is set up. If you learn nothing tonight, learn the power of the name of Shri Ram. Even after the pindas are offered, whether the person died natural or unnatural, once that pinda dan is done, what they have to do with that baby before it is disposed of? What the Pundit will do? Ram, Nam. And then that baby is destroyed. So that is the power and the greatness of the glory of the name of Shri Ram. So I know I give you a lot tonight, so I don't want to bust all the head tonight. So I'll stop there. There's more we could go on to. So I showed you how the name of Ram contains both the protective energy of Vishnu as well as the destructive energy of Shiva. So how does that happen? Your karmas. By chanting the name of Ram, you are bringing blessings. That is the protection you're getting. But at the same time, you're burning away all your bad vasanas and your bad karmas. That is the destructive energy of the mantra. Right? So two things are happening simultaneously. So the name of the Narayan energy and the Shiva energy in the name of Ram. And then each syllable in the name of Ram, I've showed you where the power came from. From Surya, from Agni, and from Soma or Chandrama. Alright? So when we say Ram, so after tonight you're supposed to have a different type of mindset and a different type of mentality of that name. So when you greet each other, you have to say it with reverence. You have to say it with humility. Alright? And now you know the power of that word that you're saying. That is why when you say it in somebody's ears when you're dying or when you're experiencing any trouble, it has the power to destroy that obstacle, to free that soul, and let it move on. Any questions, anybody? It was too hard for tonight? Right, so I'll try to make it as simple as possible. Alright? So you all understand? So we touch on a few things today. We touch on the text before us. Ramayan versus Ramcharitamanas. We look at the power of the main character of both texts, which is Shri Ram. We saw the name of Ram. So from tomorrow now, we look at some of Ram Leelas, some of his teachings, some of his greatness, some of his glory. Prem se bolo Prabhu Ramachandra ki Jai. So while we have one or two bhajans, we have final hour.
सब भागा भक्ति जब सारा श्री राम के चरणों में मन जब लागा आप सब भागा भक्ति जब सारा श्री राम के चरणों में मन जब लागा आप सब भागा भक्ति जब सारा श्री राम के चरणों में मन जब
Okay, so this year, the Shri Parameshwari Devi Ashram, we have decided to recognize some of our members for their contributions towards the ashram over the past years. So, in no particular order, when I call your name, please make your way to Guruji and he will present you with a small token of our appreciation. The first person on our list is Mrs. Sumitra Das, we affectionately know as Ma.
Come this side.
So those of you who don't know, Ma has been an ardent supporter of the ashram from its inception. And she goes above and beyond the call of duty to ensure that we continue to progress day by day. So let's please give her a round of applause. The second person on our list tonight is Mr. Ramli. We will affectionately know him as Uncle Man. He's an ardent supporter of Radha Krishna Kirtan Mandali, and as well, by extension, a very ardent supporter of us here at the ashram. So please give him a round of applause. The next person on our list, and before I go on, I must say, the list isn't complete yet tonight. We're going to take it bit by bit every night for the next few nights, okay? So we'll just do some every night. The next person on our list is Mrs. Sandy Ramsuru. She's actually the mother of Mataji, and as well a very, very important supporter here at the ashram. So let's please give her a round of applause. So, Mataji is actually a founding member of the Kabir Upadesh Ashram, founded in the Kabir Pundit faith, but also she's very much a supporter of us here as well at the ashram. So next on our list, we are looking over as Auntie Joycey. Mrs. Jasodra Ramsuru and the family. They have been very much a pillar of the ashram. So can you please make your way forward and collect this small token of appreciation from Guruji. Please give them a round of applause. And by extension, and their company, among their Devi and Yagya's journey and the back as well. And they've all been very, very much a part of the ashram since its inception and continuing. Next on our list, Dr. Kumati and Mr. Vishnu Maharaj. Again, Doctor is also a member of the Ashram, Mataji's sister. Please give them a round of applause. And our final award tonight goes to none other than our ladies group president, Chandra, and Mrs. Pamela Deonarayan Singh. Chandra's mom isn't here tonight, so Chandra will accept this award on behalf of the family.
Alright, so as Nikki said, this is final, and every night we're doing a little bit. We're going to do everybody one night, I'll have to minus a night's discourse. Alright? So the category for choosing these recipients are as follows. Now there are some people, now when we announced we were going to build this temple, really and truly, I had no problem. I didn't have trouble with tokens, and funding by the grace of God came. Alright? But there were some people that went above and beyond, really went above and beyond, more than what I expected. And considering some of them were pensioners, some of them put off vacation, some of them took their pension savings, some of them, one of them I only heard it last year. They had some kind of procedure to go and do. They canceled that to put the money in the temple. And then they went to say back up and do the procedure. So when people make that kind of sacrifice, now as I said, a lot of people help once the temple started to build. Unlike most other temples outside of here, you know from your experience, sometimes temple taking 25, 50, 40 years to reach where we are right now in terms of infrastructure. In less than 9 months, we were ready to open this temple. It's only the reason why we didn't open it, because astrologically, timing wasn't right. We had to wait for the sun to change position. You see all these murtis here? They were donated before the foundation of the temple was completed. And the murtis were in storage at Visham's home. The only obstacle we had was COVID. Alright? So, with COVID, in the beginning part of COVID, we didn't have too much of trouble, but when everybody started to have to stay home from work, some people lost their work, some people wasn't getting their full salary, there is where we started to run into a little bit of problem. Alright? But nevertheless, by the grace of God, we are able to reach where we are today. The work is not completed. Alright? There's a lot of work that has to take place inside here. Over $1 million worth in work around this compound have to take place. But little by little we'll get it done. The most important thing, the basic infrastructure is completed, and we get somewhere comfortable and do our discourses, do our pujas and so on. How many of you remember the days when we had to battle rain and breeze and sun and all kind of thing outside here? Huh? Those were nice days, but it was also frustrating at times. Right? But that is where we came from. Alright, and here is where we are today. Okay? So the categories are for those who help with the construction beyond normal, because some people just didn't give money. They also came and worked like a normal laborer over here at certain stages. Depends on what their skill set was. Alright? Then I said I had no problem getting, I only had to say we're ready to get murtis, and people who I didn't expect to donate. Murtis. Alright? And then there are some people, even before this temple built, there was to be with me all over this country establishing the name of this ashram within this country. Alright? Through our yatra, through all other social programs and so on. Alright? There are some people who go on village to village, bracing weather. Sometimes we go on certain places, we are sure what we're going to encounter. Alright? And we did it for many years, and we continue to do it again, all in the name of Sanatana Dharma. So I don't want anybody, now I cannot tell you who do what, because I was restricted that when certain people, when they give something, they didn't want their name called, and they didn't want, I have to honor that and I have to respect that. Right? But as an administrator, and those of you who are in business, you know you have to be accountable, and you must have things documented. Paperwork must be in order to show where you get your funds from, and you must acknowledge the sources that you get your funds from. Alright? So what we're doing is acknowledging. You notice I didn't tell you who do what. That is to keep my promise to those who have given, and they asked me to keep it a secret. Alright? So I am telling you, this one give a concrete block, or if that one put a galvanized, or this one buy a multi, or this one go on between yatra, or this one sponsors this, that, or the other. Notice I'm not going to say those things. I'm just calling the person and giving their presentation. They would know why they get it. Right? But I'm not going to betray their trust and their confidence in me. Alright? And for that, I am grateful for the help, because you all helped me do a part of my work that was really becoming challenging. Alright? We have outgrown, and like Nikki and them point out, it's just a matter of time we all go inside here too, you know. Alright? So, we do look forward, we appreciate the support that you gave us, and we do look forward to your continued support. Right? Billing was easy. Maintaining is the hard part. Because there is where the bills will come month after month after month, and you have to pay it. You can't go and tell TNT it's boardwalk are doing. When they go to the puja store, you can't say it's prayers are going to do. They want to hear that. Right? So that is why Sometimes we'll come to you with donation sheets and so on, ask you to help us with raffles and so on. It is just to do this part of, to do God work then. At least here, you can see where your money is being spent. Like I said, in a short space of time, we have achieved all of this. And you all know this ashram, one of the pillars of this ashram, we do a lot of social work. Right? We help a lot of children with school supplies, we help a lot of families who can't afford groceries and so on. You all know we do this on a monthly basis. There's peak season like around Diwali time and so on. Alright? So, tomorrow, every day we do a little at a time, because like I said, if I go to do all one day, we'll have to cut one night of this course to present everybody. Okay? So at this point in time, let us, we have to look at it at one time. Okay? So let us all stand as we have our concluding arati. So now that we have understood the meaning of the name of Shri Ram, if you are not singing the Ramayan arati with us, just repeat in your mind, Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ram. And now you know the power of the name of Ram. Concentrate on that physical form of Ram while chanting the name of Ram. Om Sajayan Chumurte Sanyukam Vahinayo Dipam Grihana Devashya Prayukya Timirapaha Yani Tani Japani Janmantar Kritani Cha Tani Tani Vinashyanti Pradakshana Pare Pare
Hare Shri Ramayan Ji Virati Kalli Kalli Sirati Hare Shri Ramayan
perform our puja, or discourses, or bhajans or kirtans. We seek forgiveness if there may be any errors committed. Lastly, we ask to have our desires fulfilled, all obstacles removed from our daily life. Tvameva mata cha pita tvameva bandhu cha sakha tvameva vedya dravinam tvameva sarvam mama deva deva. Om mantrahinam kriyahinam bhaktihinam janardanam yat pujitam maya deva paripurnam tadastu me kayena vacha manasrendriyetva buddhyatmana va prakriti swabhagya karoni yagyam sakalam tarasmai narayaneti samarpayami narayaneti samarpayami.
Tatsat Shri Narayana Purushottama
स्वामी की उमापति महादेव की पवन पुत्र हनुमान की आदि शक्ति जगदम्बिका माता की श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की श्री सत्यनारायण स्वामी की प्रेम से बोलो प्रभु रामचंद्र की श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय जय सीताराम. Take your seats. So before we to pass around, prasad and your meals and your outside. Let me acknowledge bad manners. I supposed to do this at the beginning. We have our devotees from the Kabir Pradesh Ashram. We have Mahat, Ganesham, my brother-in-law, Gani, here with us. So welcome and thank you for gracing us with your presence. Devotees from other temples are also here with us too. We say welcome, and this Yagya continues until Saturday. Alright, so come out and join. You know this, we stick into our time schedule, and we are trying to make things as safe and comfortable for you. So please cooperate with our security guards. When they tell you don't park a certain way, don't give them attitude. Alright, listen to the guards. They're there for your safety, because you don't want somebody coming and calling to move your vehicle by Qatar lane on, right? So cooperate with the security guards and be guided by their instructions. Alright? We'll meet again tomorrow to continue with our discourses.